Well, hello. Welcome to today's video of Unpunishable.
Here it comes.
That's why we're here. I'm Ben Serpell.
Yep.
You may know this guy as Danny Silk. That's his name. It's great to have you. We want to spend a few minutes today talking about a few things that's happening. One is the book, first of all. It's where this whole thing started.
Yep.
Actually, long before that, you've been preaching this message for a long time. One of my favorite messages that you've been sharing.
It's my favorite book so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
pretty impactful. It's turning into a course, an e-course.
Yes.
Coming out August 23rd. I'm going to tell you a couple times in this video, so
Yep.
write that down, August 23rd.
Yep. Adding it to the Life Academy
Yes.
repertoire.
So very exciting.
Yeah.
So we want to talk today, really focus this message on the area of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a big part of the book. It's a big part of the e-course. Just making sure as leaders that we are bringing this paradigm into how we lead,
Yeah.
how we think, how we function as leaders.
Change your whole culture.
Seriously. So I'm going to dive in here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a scenario that I've experienced many times. I've had the privilege of being on many different kinds of teams, many different leaders in my life, and I had lots of conversations with leaders as well. And so one of the common themes that I've noticed is, and an actual conversation I've had with a leader sounds like this. You know, I'm leading this group. I have this team in front of me, and I'm not sure why, but no one really shares their life with me. No one's really opening up and honest and open and lets me into their heart. And I'm not sure what the problem is, what's going on. And after a couple of questions and some diving a little bit deeper, we start to find out the way you've handled mistakes in this environment is probably not encouraging people to get closer to you. So I think one of the questions for me, Danny, is if this person, this leader is sitting in front of you, how are you helping them change their paradigm, to actually change their environment?
It probably comes through the way they are viewing mistakes, you know, or they're viewing human frailty, or just the idea of how they see their own mistakes. And classically, we bring our life paradigm to our work culture, and it's not difficult at all to think that you're kind of the big parent in the room. So when you live as the big parent of adult employees, you have this idea that you're trying to squelch all the mistakes in the home or in the environment, and so the employees end up feeling like scared children of a father. If he finds out they've made any mistakes, they're gonna get called on the carpet. They're gonna get punished, and that tone is set throughout the whole environment. So people just figured out that the goal of interacting with a leader is remain a small target.
Yeah.
Just be unseen, because when you are seen, typically you have some humanity hanging off of you that the leader can see. Yeah. So changing that is much more about seeing failure as growth opportunities, as things we work together in, as we find our relationship stronger on the other side of working through those things, and or whether it's through coaching or through training or some sort of education or whatever it is, we build a stronger bond because you let me see you.
Yeah.
And now I get to see the truth about you, and you get to experience the truth from me, and those two truths collide and build trust. Yeah. And that begins to be a culture of safety and freedom and care.
Yeah.
Or secretly we say love, you know. But that's really what we're trying to do, is we're trying to lower anxiety by increasing love, even in leadership environments.
Which really feels like the goal of every leader. I think really when you get down to it, every leader has this goal in heart. Just things either get in the way or we get scared, and then we start creating these kind of environments, which reminds me of a John Maxwell quote. It's one that has stuck out for years, but he says something to the effect of, everything rises and falls on leadership.
It's true.
And I think one of the things I think about when I hear that quote is the culture is connected to what the leader is believing and setting up.
Absolutely.
And giving permission to, really.
And leaders create culture.
Yeah.
I think is another one who is quotes, but it's the belief system, the practices, the predictable responses of the leader is what sets the tone for what's accepted and what's rejected. And if we can be human beings in this culture, okay, we can be human beings, and we're not cultivating failure. We're actually cultivating excellence, but perfection's off the table. There are no perfect humans running around our work sites. And so it's going to be, how do we grow together? How do we make a commitment to a constant, never-ending attitude of improving? And that way we bring strength to our relationships and to our team in such a way that we cover each other's weaknesses. So we don't have to be afraid of being human beings. We can actually just work together as a team and activate each other's strengths.
Always willing to grow, and admitting that I need you and you need me. We actually need each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the other piece I keep thinking about as well is there's different levels of leaders in every organization. Every organization that's going somewhere and doing something, there's different levels. And so I think even the awareness of there's some leaders going to watch this course and read this book. They're going to have leaders above them that don't have this yet, that don't know how to operate from an unpunishable paradigm yet. And so them actually getting the opportunity to lead from the middle, some more John Maxwell quotes, but leading from the middle of, I'm going to lead you into a different way of doing this, meaning I'm actually not worthy of punishment anymore. So even though I'm in trouble and I may have made a mistake, I'm going to operate differently on the other side of you trying to punish me. That can actually begin to change the environment from the middle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a tennis match,
Yeah.
It's like, I'll punish you, and then you punish me, and then I'll punish you back, and then you punish me. And so there's these defensive postures when the culture actually values punishment. Like, punishment is a leadership tool. And then it's about being defensive and being justified. And when you hit the ball over the net and nobody hits it back, that's not a tennis game. It takes this back and forth thing. So if I understand this paradigm shift and someone hits a punishment ball over the net, I just don't hit it back, because I'm not playing. I'm not playing this punishment paradigm. So I'll conduct myself from a seeking connection paradigm rather than paying for a crime paradigm.
And I personally have practiced this inside the church and outside the church. So this message is for any leader that would say, I am wanting to grow in this. I've caught the vision of this message, and I want to see that culture change. It doesn't matter where you fall in the leadership structure. This is so important and so vital, I think, to really begin to practice this and live it out, and just watch what happens. Stop hitting the ball back. Stop playing that game.
When's it come out?
August 23rd. I did promise I was going to tell you again. So August 23rd, the e-course is coming. I would just challenge you guys to dive in, learn something new. It's exciting.